So as you can see in front of me, I just got this pretty little box in the mail from Sena, which means this is going to be my unboxing video for the new Sena 20S. So this is the first time I've opened the box. I literally just got up off of my steps not even 2 minutes ago. So when you get it, this is pretty much what it's going to look like. Standard box, just like Yummy said. It's literally like the exact same thing that the SMH10 came in. So you're just going to slide it out like that, put that over there to the side, and we're going to go ahead and pop this open. So once you open it, you're going to have the manuals and whatnot. It's going to tell you all the good stuff about the device. We're going to leave that over there because we don't really care right now. So we're going to throw all these manuals, boom, right over there on the side. So the first thing you see is the main unit itself. Now, just for comparison's sake, we're going to pop off my SMH10. So first thing you're going to notice is it looks like it's maybe a hair longer than the SMH10. Not much width-wise. You're definitely going to see a reduction in width of the two devices, mainly because the SMH10 has this big jog dial that pops up off the top. The 20S though does not have that big bulge where the jog dial is. So a little bit more streamlined, just like they said. It's a little skinnier, a little more form-fitting. So we're going to put the unit right there. Then I'm going to go ahead and take out this plate right here so we can get the rest of the goodies out. So this is the base that actually connects to the helmet. Very similar to the SMH10. Again, it's a little bit smaller. If you can tell on my helmet here, let's move that. If you can tell on the helmet here, it's a little bit smaller. Nothing drastic. One of the main things I was not a fan of on the SMH10 was how far the actual clamp part came down on the helmet. This is obviously, it reduces that. It's a little bit thicker, so it's going to be a little bit thicker on the side of the helmet, but nothing too drastic. And honestly, I would take the extra thickness on the clamp on the bottom over the added length right here on the clamp for the SMH10 any day. And I would assume it's mainly because they have added a port right here so you can plug your own headphones in. That was one of my major gripes in regards to the SMH10. Prior to going Sena, I used the Rider Q3, and my favorite part about that device was the fact that I could plug in my own headphones. To me, it makes it a little bit easier, a little bit more enjoyable whenever you're on the highway, because no matter how quiet of a helmet you have, you're still gonna get a little bit of wind noise. Once you plug in your own earbuds and whatnot, all that's completely eliminated. So highway riding and decent length rides, I'm definitely going to be utilizing that headphone jack. So just a quick look at the base plate. You got your boom mic, of course. You got your two speakers right here, and then you have the auxiliary. So you can go ahead and get an aux cable and plug in your own MP3 player if you don't have a Bluetooth enabled device to link up to the unit. So you can plug in your MP3 player, anything else that uses a headphone jack to output audio. You can put it right in there, link that up, and then utilize the speakers that come with the device in your helmet instead of running earbuds. Then you also have this little button down at the bottom. That's the ambient noise sensor. Basically, whenever you push that button, instead of hearing your music or your GPS or whatever you have connected to the unit at that time, you push this button, and what comes through the speakers then is all the noise around you. I know myself, I have a pretty loud bike. I pretty much always use earplugs whenever I ride. I can't honestly remember the last time I didn't use earplugs. Whenever you have this, if somebody's trying to talk to you that you're not paired up with, or that you may run into on the street and they try and say something to you, pop that little button and now it's going to put all the noise from the outside straight through the speakers. So it makes talking to people outside of the Bluetooth or anything like that without having to take your helmet off to speak to them. That's going to make it really easy. So we're going to put this right over here with the unit, and then throw that to the side. Okay, let's see what cables they got for us in here. Just going to go ahead and take all of this out, and then we'll run through it. Okay, so first thing that catches my eye in this little bag of goodies, boom, you got yourself a car charger. That's big. That's really big for me. I know. Obviously, these Bluetooths have amazing batteries. It's pretty incredible how long they actually last, to be honest. But you can always plug it into an outlet in the car, charge it up. Then you got your different paddings for the boom mic as well as the wired mic. Speaking of, here's the wired mic. So basically, for the wired mic, take this out, and you should be able to just, I'd imagine, just pull this out. You probably got to unscrew a clamp or something. Like I said, haven't even messed with it. Literally, this is the first time I'm looking at it. But this is the alternative to the boom mic. You would just plug it in, find a spot that you want it on, and then boom, Velcro right up in the helmet. That way you don't got to worry about the boom mic. This is probably the route that I'm going to go. I'll probably end up using the wired mic in my helmet. Just this is one thing that I didn't like on the SMH10. I actually had to end up electrical taping this, because when you set your helmet down, if it's not on a smooth surface, if it's remotely rough at all, it started to actually cut through the rubber wrap on the boom mic. So I will probably be running this wired mic right here inside of my helmet, so I don't have to run into that issue anymore. And then here, actually, I think that's just another boom mic. This, I believe, is the wired mic. Huh. Yeah, that's even better if it is. I don't know. I think I like this. More flexible. I don't know. But this looks like another wired microphone. Could be wrong, but I am 99% sure that's what this is. Another wired mic. And then, just like with the SMH10, you have some cushions. So if you have really deep sockets inside of your ear holes in your helmet, you can pop these in, Velcro them in, and then basically your speaker just sits right on top. That way it gets a little bit closer to your ear. My helmet, I don't really have to worry about that. I have the AFX FX39. My ear holes aren't that deep, so I actually, with the SMH10 experience, sometimes if I don't have it positioned perfectly inside of the helmet, it kind of rubs on my earlobe and gets irritating after a while. So this isn't really something that I'm even going to need to think about using. But for some of you guys with the deeper sockets in there, you're gonna want to run those. Now this doesn't unplug. No, it does not. So this is going to be your standard charging cable. Obviously, it doesn't come with a brick to plug into the wall, but it's your basic USB cable. This is what you'll use to plug into your computer to do any firmware updates and whatnot. And you can always pop your iPhone brick on the end, Android brick, HTC, whatever little brick you have. Nowadays, everybody has interchangeable brick that you could pop on the end of this and plug into the wall. That's actually how I charge my SMH10 right now. I just plug the USB port, the USB plug right into the end of my my brick for my iPhone. And then here, this is actually going to be, yeah, they actually give you an aux cable. So if you do have an MP3 player or whatnot, you would just pop open the aux, plug that in, plug this in right here, and it looks like it's a 3.5 millimeter to a 2.5. So a little bit smaller, makes it a lot easier to fit in this really compact unit that they got here. So yeah, basically, if you wanted to run your own like say if you have one of the old iPods, or just you have the iPod Classic, those don't have Bluetooth in them, so you just pop this right into the base station just like that, run this down to your iPod or whatever you're going to be using for your audio, And that is how you would do that. Put this over here. These are just the these are just the Velcro adhesive, the 3M Velcro that you're going to use to actually mount your speakers into your helmet. And then so you would rip the back off, pop it in the hole, and then boom, just like that. Just going to Velcro on just like that. Nice and easy. You know it's good quality because it's 3M. You can't really go wrong with anything 3M. And then in here is what looks like your mounting tools. So here's your little Allen key that you're going to use to screw and unscrew these little Allen keys right here, these little Allen bolts, and that's what you're going to use to lock down onto your helmet. And then this is if you don't want to use the actual clamp mount, this is your sticky mount. So that'll stick, boom, just like that. And then you're gonna mount your unit as such. So this piece would come off on the back of the unit. So you just take these bolts off, then pop it in like this, put the bolts back on, and then slap it right onto the side of the unit. This is not going to be coming off of my helmet, like, ever. So I really am not ever going to use this. I don't know why I would. So this is going to be something that's probably just going to sit in the box for the entire time that I have this. So just a quick thought though. Anybody who had the SMH10 will know, where is my unit? There it is. Alright, this is the SMH10. Now to put the SMH10 onto the base station, you take this little part right here, put it down into the bottom of the base, and then you push it on, and then you hear that click. Now with this, you actually slide it on. So you're gonna line these two up right here, put it on, and then click it down, just like boom. So you're gonna hear the little click when it goes down. So that is actually one thing that I'm not the biggest fan of. I'm not the biggest fan of sliding it down and clicking it on, solely because I have my unit right here. My GoPro sits up here. So when I had the Scalar Rider Q3, it did the same exact thing. It used a slide and lock mechanism just like the Sena 20S does. My issue that I ran into was it was really hard for me most of the time to actually get my unit onto the base station. Obviously I can't speak for this. Hopefully where it's a more of a streamlined design and whatnot, hopefully I don't run into that issue, but honestly I don't really take my SMH10 off of my helmet hardly at all. I usually just pop my helmet down on the ground next to the plug that I'm going to be charging it in, and there's no real issue. The only time I can ever see me actually having to take this unit off is if I'm plugging it into the the computer to do a software update. So definitely I will let you guys know how that works. And especially on these especially on these dual sport style helmets, you got a lot of angles and edges that you gotta kind of finagle around when it comes to these Bluetooth headsets. So that's where you could kind of run into the problem of trying to slide this down onto a locking mechanism like that. But that is all for the unboxing. I'm gonna go ahead and rip this SMH10 off of my helmet because I have no need for it anymore. This is actually going to be going on to my wife's helmet. So yeah, that is it in a nutshell, guys. This is what you're going to be looking forward to whenever your 20S comes in. I'm sure you guys all have ordered this already. It's one of the hottest motorcycle items out right now. I know tons of people are having trouble trying to get them in. Everyone's back ordered, and I know Sena is working tirelessly to get everybody the units that they've ordered and get one of these in the hands of every single person that wants it.